got bored and decided to do a postdoc
in Ottawa.
AI.
So I would have to take the train to go there.
Could you not use your boredom for something else?
But right now I'm teaching law in 3 different jurisdictions in 3 different languages, because deadlines are the muse of inspiration, right?
Yes.
Why do I have to do this way?
Because it's you.
It's a funny thing, it's this NCA thing. But I have no idea what's happening there. I taught ethics and professionalism for 5 years, and they still had to take this course.
So they don't even respect the fact that you're a professor.
Yeah, I taught the thing with the same book that we had here. I didn't study one line for the exam, because okay,
you already know it.
This one I'm not studying again.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl here, Ella, GPLLM candidate at the University of Toronto. With me here is Cristiano! Yay!
Hello!
Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Remember to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you get notified whenever I post my videos. Over here, we discuss all things legal content, and I take you all on my journey to becoming a lawyer out here in the province of Ontario. Like I said, today we are joined by Cristiano. And Cristiano is a lawyer from Brazil.
Yes, I am.
And he's going to be sharing his painful ITL experience. Is it a painful experience?
Oh, yeah.
It's eventful experience with us on the channel today, and then we'll see how this goes today. Cristiano, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and speak with myself and viewers today. For returning subscribers and then those who might be new to the channel, who don't know who Cristiano is, can you tell us who Cristiano is? Because I know you, but they don't know you.
Okay, that's in philosophical terms, it's difficult, but okay, let's do a summary, right? Because people also associate who the person is to what she does, right?
Yeah.
So let's go for this. I am a lawyer in Brazil, but I have been in Canada for the last 12, almost 13 years. I still work in Brazil a lot, but more like as a law professor there.
Yes.
And another thing is I'm Brazilian, but I'm not the typical Brazilian as well, because I'm Canadian too. Specifically from Quebec, because my father is from Quebec, and my mother comes from the south of Brazil. Also, Brazilians are not Brazilians. They are Brazilians of somewhere, right? So I was born in Rio. My mother comes from the south of Brazil. I was raised. I spent most of my time in a very hot one-season place.
like me.
Like you, right? What's the weather today? Hot. This weekend will be hot. In a month, in 6 months, will be
in a
hot.
year, in 3 years.
You'll be sure that's going to be that. So, and then you move to Quebec, and you have winter
seasons.
and you have July, right? And that's what you have there.
Yeah, winter and July.
But I knew what I was getting to, because I lived there before. And what else? I did my law school in Brazil. I was a law professor there for 9 years, and I was a lawyer in technology. I just worked with technology, and then I also did a master's degree in Spain. In law and technology. Yeah, it's great. Madrid, fun. And I did my doctorate in Canada. I did my doctorate in University of Montreal, where I have been teaching for the last 5 years. I teach there.
University of Montreal for the English speakers.
University of Montreal. Yes.
University of Montreal. I can't even
University
say
of Montreal.
that. Montreal. I can't even say that.
And I also did a postdoc in AI. University of Ottawa, and I moved to Toronto in last September. Last year I've been teaching contract law at Toronto Metropolitan University.
Yes.
But the best part, I'm your colleague here at University of Toronto. Yay! Because I want to become a lawyer again. It's like becoming a lawyer again is like second marriage. You know? It's the victory of hope over experience. Right?
I see.
So let's be a lawyer
Painful experience. So thank you so much for taking us down through your very eventful journey seeing the places that you've studied at, where you've learned law from, and then marrying it with AI. We'll have a separate video on AI, so stay tuned for that. I wanted to ask, why did you decide to start the ITL experience, wanting to become a lawyer here to qualify in Canada? And how has your let's say NCA experience been like? For example, was your civil law degree recognized, or is that why you have to do the GPLLM? Just things like that. How has that been for you?
Yeah, I was planning to do that. Before, I was supposed to do it in Quebec.
Yes.
Where it's cheaper. It is online too, also. But then moving through, but the idea was, I was teaching law already, but many times having to study by myself and just knowing law is not enough. You really need a stamp, because people here expect you also
to one thing.
Yes, they expect something to have on you.
Yeah.
So
you wanted to be more than a law professor.
Yeah, because also in Brazil, I was never just a law professor. I was teaching a lot.
Yeah.
But I was also a lawyer. I was working for the city hall for 8 years and being a lawyer at the same time. Well, when I could. And I was always involved in very practical things, because law has this. Is there rationality? I'll summarize law in a way. Okay, we have this thinking, rational, moral, practical approach, thinking of law and ethics, for example, and we become very normative, but because we want to see the world functioning in some certain ways, and sometimes you want to be the forces of this, right? We want to help this part of change, push the change. And that's what I worked before, and that's why I think also that being a lawyer is very useful, because you have this very special power. You are in some kind of way, you are a super citizen in some capabilities.
You know a lot.
So, and there is one power where just people coming from law school can work with.
Yes.
That's the judiciary. It's just us, right? So it's a big responsibility, and it brings a lot of power. It brings responsibility. There's this whole Spider-Man thing. So that's why I wanted to do this. And here, especially here in Ontario,
UofT as well.
UofT.
Why?
I chose UofT because, well, I heard good things about UofT. My wife was a postdoc here. I came to this faculty before. I know people here, and it's closer to home too. I just had to walk here. So it's like a very good reason, right?
Okay, that's good. That's perfect.
Why?
Why? Why would you choose to commute?
No, commute until York. Okay, sorry, York.
I know.
It's closer here.
I know. I agree.
So that's not so noble thing, but
no. It's a good reason. It's your reason.
Yeah, it's reasoning.
It's your
right?
reason. And if you didn't come here, I wouldn't have met you.
Too. And it's ecological, right? They come walking, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to spend more carbon on that.
Yes. Or transit fee. You don't have to bother about the TTC being closed.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, thank you for telling us that. So, in terms of the NCA, I learned a lot of our colleagues at the program, they have to do this degree because the NCA would not even look at their civil law degree. Was that the same case for you, or since you've already had experience Ottawa and Quebec, was it a difference?
It's a funny thing, it's this NCA thing, because it's a wall, right? You don't know behind the curtain. You have no idea what's happening there.
Yeah.
Okay, for example, I taught ethics and professionalism for 5 years at the University of Montreal. Okay, 5 years in the common law program, and they still had to take this course, right?
So they don't even respect the fact that you're a professor.
Yeah, I taught the thing with the same book that we had here. I didn't study one line for the exam. Because, you
already know it.
This one I'm not studying. Okay. So people, why didn't you get A+? Because I didn't study. A is good. So let's stick with that. But, for example, doesn't make any difference.
Yeah.
I'm teaching contract law. I just finished one. Now I'm taking the course.
You're taking a course on contract law because the NCA wants.
Right? The NCA says so. And also another thing, I had to take this English test.
You have to take an English exam?
like other people who went to school here in English. Well,
Still have
I asked, okay, you see the NCA, they still say they have a margin for decision taking there. Because, I've been teaching English for the last 5 years. Maybe I could. No, you have to do the exam. All right, let's spend. So the NCA thing for civil law students, for people come from the traditional civil law, we really don't have a choice.
Yeah.
The process, for example, here, the courses, I knew I was going to take 9 of the 10 courses they would choose for me. And now with the last change that Aboriginal law, Indigenous law have to become part of this. Well, people coming from civil law won't have much choice if they want to do all that. Yeah. If they don't, they can choose some extra course. Well, the NCA tests, they can do that, but I knew I needed. I know myself. If I had extra time, I would not. Why also choose to study instead of just doing the exam?
Yeah.
I need to come to class. I need some pressure.
Something
structure
deadlines,
to do it. Your deadlines, because deadlines are the muse of inspiration, right?
Yes.
Why do I have to do this way?
Because it's due. It's due.
Because the muse there. Okay. The muse, deadline.
Yeah.
She pushes the button of panic mode. Okay, you have to do this now. Okay, that's all. So that's why.
Okay, that's good. It's good to see that at least UofT offers you, rather the GPLLM program offers you that structure that you need. And I share a lot of my experience on the channel, but people ask me different questions. I don't have all the experiences, so it's good to learn from someone who's already an experienced practitioner in different parts of the world. Like this is Cristiano, this is law, this is AI. Like this big mind, and then being told, you're teaching contract law, but no, you still have to go write the contract law exam. You're doing ethics, but no, you still don't qualify. So I think it's a very humbling or rude awakening.
Very just accept it.
You just accept it and do what you have to do. Okay, that's fair. I know that you've obviously not been able to practice law here in Canada yet because you have to get the license. What things have you been doing in the meantime using the law skills that you already have? I know that we spoke about you being a law professor, but how else have you been able to harness the skills that you have?
Okay, once I finished my doctorate, I was thinking that I was going to be a barista in preparing coffee, but I didn't. I went to work for
barista for coffee or barista for
barista
the law.
Barista just no.
To make coffee?
Yeah, that's what I thought I was going to do because the choices at the time weren't great.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic hit, so I was hired to work for the Faculty of Law.
Okay.
I was helping professors to teach.
Okay.
Right? And so, because at the time I was already teaching online, so that's how it went. I spent 2 years working, assisting professors to build their online courses and dealing with courses online, and I got bored at given time too, and I went to a postdoc in AI, but postdocs basically...
You got bored and decided to do a postdoc
in Ottawa.
AI.
So I would have to take the train to go there.
Could you not use your boredom for something else?
But you see, okay, let's do another thing. Let's change again the game. Right? So I went to Toronto. When I was I was teaching there one course. It was in French, but it was in the common law course. Because that's the thing. I teach right now. I'm teaching law in 3 different jurisdictions in 3 different languages. Just to let you know.
Can you let us know what that is? I know you do. Right. Sorry.
Okay.
I know you do. TMU here.
I'm TMU. I'm teaching contract law in a common law context.
Yes.
So which is one specific one. I'm teaching in Montreal. I'm in Western Montreal. I'm teaching there legal research, but it's in the civil law area also. And the civil law is different. Yeah. It's, for example, here torts, it's a case law, and in Quebec, I would say I'm not spending 30-40 minutes in this case. I'm just going to read the article 1457. It'll be solved my problem,
I see.
which I know how to do because I come from a
civil law background.
So, and I'm teaching Brazil also special topics for university right now. I'll be starting this week. because their classes go until June too.
Okay.
So yeah, I teach there for mostly graduate students. I don't undergrad. No,
Bigger
just
than
here.
that. Yeah.
just here,
That's
just here is
good.
cool.
That's
So
good.
yeah, but you were asking about how to do. Remind me the question.
So you've used your legal
Yeah,
skills
what
now.
we're working.
Yeah.
So I was
You're
teaching
using it to
there,
teach.
and they launched ChatGPT in November.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, I
That
probably
was fun.
should learn this thing.
Yeah.
Because I already was working with AI before, but other forms of AI, more classic AI, right? And that's that's how it came. But after that, I went to work for the city of Montreal through an organization for organizing the data governance policies.
Yeah.
So how to apply, for example, and data governance, I will simplify it, but because I think the simple way is the best one. You have elements that come from law, privacy, for example, law 25, that's privacy law in Quebec. That's the most important one. There's some of smaller ones, but law 25 touches about more than 20 different laws there. Okay, that's one law touching many laws. So that's why I say law 25 for law for data governance, but was security was there too. Other elements. You have other element that it comes from a more ethical approach or institutional approach or political approach. So the city had 13 principles they had to follow. So you do the interpretation of this.
Yeah.
And you work with this. And you also have what we call best practices or the technical norms, like ISO law, the ISO rule 2027.
Many of us don't know what this is.
Yeah,
So
but you know those certifications that people have in companies.
Okay.
Right? The quality certifications.
Yes.
For those big certifications, they come from these international parameters. And you have those institutional certifications that you have to look for. So in technology, we have a bunch of them.
Okay.
You have a DAMA, COBIT, NIST, and that, and that, and that. So you have a bunch of them. Okay. So have many tastes and colors, right? It smells. So we have those three areas, but they are like a diagram, a Venn diagram. They just those little circles, one over the other. So I worked 30 months with the city hall, building data governance policies to be in practice. So people who have to adjust their practices according to privacy, transparency, accountability, information security, governance, those kind of things. So there are many aspects of the participation too. So, and then that's a very practical thing you do. You sit with the organizations, many of
Ask them what they need,
and you have to follow, because many of them are NGOs, for example, working with transportation, with food, with different things. So I would sit them, okay, let's review everything, let's do it. So that's why I also have this background in the application in real life, because I think is also why did I go there? Because I was bored again. I was bored in the postdoc. So also I want to do something more practical. So I went to do very practical.
Wow.
So that's why I'm
so much boredom.
Yeah.
So much boredom.
Because boredom is your adversary, right?
Ah, I see. That's good. It's good to see that at least you used your boredom wisely.
Let's use it for something.
You were able to at least use the skills that you've developed over the years to kind of create something for yourself. And it's good to see that you were able to apply your skills in different areas as well, whether it be like you teaching law in like 3 different jurisdictions, and I imagine like 3 different languages as well, right?
Yep.
And then you're still then pursuing this path to become the licensed lawyer here. Like I know that you also have family, and then you're also trying to push for the AI and all. So how are you able to balance all these things at the same time? Did you have any tools that you set in place because it's going to get stressful.
Yeah, it
Did you like, how are you balancing everything at the
The
same
first
time?
two is coffee.
Coffee?
Yeah, that's the first one.
Okay.
If can be a better coffee, not this one that you drink here.
No, okay. Not the GPLLM coffee?
No, not GPLLM coffee.
Okay.
Because they I'm sure they put water too hot,
Too
so
hot,
they
yeah.
burn the grain is bad. You can burn the coffee when the grain is good, but if you have bad grains and too hot water, disasters
That's
come.
a problem.
So, but that's okay. Let's start to complain about the coffee. I buy my coffee elsewhere.
Okay.
So, why? I can now do more things also because we have more tools.
Okay.
Because that's the thing about AI. I have also been working in this for the last years. I have been teaching how to use AI tools since 2024.
Don't go too deep because this is an AI video.
Since 2024.
Okay.
So I have a bunch of things to assist me on this.
Okay.
And I need also some discipline to do it and to follow what I need. And I don't sleep much too.
Yeah, I know. Cristiano wasn't in second semester. He wasn't sleeping.
So
like I don't know how like you're still functioning.
Yeah,
I don't know how you're doing it.
That's why I told you first thing, a lot of coffee.
Oh my
God. And yeah, just you get older faster, but that's a small price to pay.
Oh my
God. But yeah, you need some discipline.
Yeah.
Of course, you need some workflows, and that's something new that I'm starting to try to tell people. Okay, people, it's not about. I won't talk much about the AI. It's not the prompt. It's not the tool. It's how you use it.
Yeah.
So you can go doing more.
Yeah.
So for example, now we're studying law. That's something that may interest people. I think that we never had a better time to study law as now.
Yeah. And sorry, let me not to cut you short, but like Cristiano does a great job for our cohort. You know, when everyone's like stressing about exams, like gather all the notes and like he creates like audios for us, which I find I'm jealous of the people in your class now for this semester because I'm not in any class that you have anymore. But it's gold when you're stressing. For example, maybe you're stressing about admin law and then he's created this like slides or these videos or these things just to, and the thing is talking to you and telling you that it knows that you're stressed. This is for this particular class, but this is how you're going to navigate that. So I think that is very, very helpful, like having someone like you in this program who does something like that for us. I like to call you our AI prof. I'm probably the only one who does that.
Anyway, good. Yeah. Because you're not lying. I teach AI anyway.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
But so never have been better. Because I tried the first courses to study in the classical way, right?
Nah, it's too much material.
Too much material, not enough time. Yeah. And it's
fast-paced.
It's fast-paced.
6 classes.
Very intense.
Long weekends.
There was no way to go through it. So, okay. Well, why? When I saw the first results, how I have to change it.
The tuition is too expensive for that.
It's too expensive for that. That's true. Okay, let's try the 3 new tricks. So I started doing some experiments. Some work very well, others not so much. So we focus more on the ones that work and try different things and get feedback from the professors. Because some of them would give feedback about that helps a lot. Some of them would say, I'm not looking at this. No way.
No.
I won't tell who. So, yeah. So, and that's very strange. I didn't know what I was looking at.
Yeah.
Okay, you should. And stop complaining about AI. So because so now I think it is for anyone, because you can still use the classical ways, but it will work better for some people than others.
Yeah.
But for sure for us doesn't work.
Yeah.
Because we have those 6 classes fast. Go, and then that's it. And many people here work too during the week, like
work,
me. So
full-time,
you're
commuting from other provinces. So
yes.
Sometimes you have like midterms in the middle of the week. You know, it's a very, very stressful program. So
it is a stressful program. Definitely. That we won't lie.
It's very stressful.
So. And so you have to look for things that will work for you better.
Yeah.
and only, for example, the classical way, okay, let's we just organize the material. Okay, that's one of the ways of learning things. You can do that. Just reading is a passive skill, is a passive process. It's not the best.
Are you understanding what you're reading and the material and how to apply it?
Exactly. So how can you interact with the thing? That's the part that I didn't work with our group yet, but I'm doing on my own because I'm my own guinea pig.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what works best. So I have the materials; they are good to study. Good. Now I have to interact with them. So for studying, I can use, for example, NotebookLM is a great tool for that.
You're going into an AI video.
I know. And there are some tools that we can just do interaction.
Yes.
I won't get into details.
Don't go into
I won't do it. But you can interact with the thing.
Yes.
So when you interact with the thing, you question yourself. You don't find the information. Your brain says, "What? I need this information," and then you provide information. That's why I sent you this one with the quiz.
Prompts to do. Yeah.
With the quiz thing, because you have the question. Then that's how we can do.
Learn, yeah.
That's one way, and I'm trying to do with my students too.
Okay.
So in the beginning of the class, I use a review of my last classes, and in the end of my class, I do an infographic, for example,
to show people the timing of what we've learned.
For example, we have all these tests. For example, we had all those tests for constitutional law.
Yes.
Many tests, right? This test for this test for this test for this. I had an infographic for each one. So, or I could put 3 or 4 in the same page on the same page. So, in contract law, I'm teaching my students to do. Okay, we are here at the end. I have only 3 minutes with you. Let's revise the thing. I show some infographics. It's not text, right? People look at it. Oh, yeah, it is that.
Yeah.
You keep it now. So.
Okay.
We didn't have this before.
Yeah.
It's very new, right?
That's true.
That helps. So that's okay. But how to do everything at the same time? It's easy. You just look like the duck, right? He walks, he swims and flies,
walk like the duck, talk like the duck.
But it doesn't do excellent. It's not excellent on anything, right? He does everything.
So jack of all trades, master of none, kind of thing.
Yeah,
yes?
That's the thing.
Okay. That's good to know and to see how you're balancing here. I think 3 things I'm picking from what you're saying: discipline, using the tools at your disposal to kind of help you and make things easier, rather than, for example, reading how many multiple cases you have to read for a class. If there's a tool that can help you extract the required legal principles and the key facts, then do that as opposed to and spend time on other things.
Yep.
So those are the 2 key things that I'm picking up from what you've said so far.
Yep.
All right. I just have a few more questions for this video before we jump on to the next one. Now you have vast experience with civil law, learning about it and teaching it, and same with common law. What would you say there are some differences that have stood out to you, maybe as now thinking of Cristiano as a GPLLM candidate?
All right.
What are some things that have stood out to you?
When they are 2 different ways of looking at law, for sure. They share many elements, and they have different methods, for sure. What I would suggest for anyone interested in studying those things, because it is so much easier when you link one thing to another. Because the thing is, we don't come here, the civil trained lawyers or students. We don't come here with the tabula rasa, right?
Yeah.
There is empty brain. No. When people present something, we already have something there.
Yes.
One that represent torts for us, we're gonna say, okay, that's civil liability, and we know how to do it. When they come with administrative law, it's different. Like, I agree with the professor. It's more our chemistry than anything related to science, okay? Because it makes no sense for anything. And people come from civil law, from civil tradition. We have this very well structured. Okay. So
civil law is more structured than common law.
It is, because we have the books to say this. We have the codes, right? We have this organized structure. We have those. We follow.
Books.
Yeah, we go by the book. That's why we call the civil code, right? It's it's the Napoleon tradition. It's the
Yes.
German very organized German Latin tradition, right? We say civil code, but that's it. But there is an advantage here in Canada is that you can look to Quebec, and they are very used to do that there.
Civil, yes.
Because there, that's why I say so much to our professors, right? I try to tell them. Okay, you might take a look in this book, because those books in Quebec, because in Quebec, for example, in contract law, we teach contract law for Quebec.
Yes.
Sure. But if your contract is going to cross the province,
yeah,
which is very probable in many cases, you need to make
know
it
what's going on the other side.
Compatible.
Yeah.
If you need to make something compatible, you need to understand the other one too.
Yes.
So that's why we end knowing what we do there for civil law and contract law. But we need to know
the common law aspect.
The common law. I need to know consideration. I need to know estoppel. I need to know those.
Yes.
Otherwise, it won't work. We want the contract to work.
Yeah.
So you have books reading about this. So
Yes.
That's a lot easier. Property law. You have books. Just you don't need to read there is
You just need to
there are
understand
articles.
the principles that are coming out from there. And know
So
how to apply
when you
it.
do the association of things, it translates in your brain so much better.
Okay.
And that's what critique I do for the programs here in general, is that people live very close to Quebec, but they don't know much about what happens there.
Okay.
So, and that's not equal. But people there know what's happening.
On the common law side.
So I would advise, you can find in English, but you can especially find in French, things to relate one thing to the other.
Okay.
But for me, many things are in common, Ella. Is the way we look at law.
Okay.
Because there's so many different ways of looking at law. And for the most classic one is seeing law as a conflict resolution device. But no, it's not enough just to solve this. We need to prevent it. Okay.
Yeah.
Prevention, resolution of conflict is one. And civil, isn't it very different from the two traditions? No. That's an approach. It's behind the law. That's what you're looking to the law to. You're using the law for this. And we use that a lot for civil law, for example, here or there. And in criminal law, we use a lot of law as social control. Because we want to keep things
people
in order.
From committing crimes.
Committing crime.
Yeah.
But of course, criminal law is not just about control. It's about shared values that we have.
Yes.
We want a better society.
Yeah.
So that's the approach of law as social solidarity, which constitutional law professors understand a lot. That's why constitutional law is beautiful, right? We are talking about values, right? The big goals, what we do want to do with the society. And they shared with people in criminal law. But then again, constitutional law professors will say a lot about law to privilege some pieces of society, right?
Yeah.
They will talk a lot. This law as an ideology. Why you are privileging this? Because we have a stronger ideology force in this. So to privilege those people. And this is very linked. That's why employment law will say this also. Consumer law will say also about power relations. We can work with law as power relations. And
so it looks like
there are many ways.
There are many ways to look at law, and you can look at it now from a civil side, which is more code focused, but then common law just allows you to go into different directions.
We can go for different directions.
You can bring this in, you can bring this in, you can bring this in.
And but when I go for the common law decision making.
Yeah. We
can see those elements in the approaches too.
Okay.
And for example, in contract law, law is a game.
Okay.
Or corporate law.
You gotta come into the video.
Okay.
You're going
Sorry, I'm going back. Corporate law has a lot to do as dealing law as a game that they play. There are winners and losers, right? And this, people know, but not necessarily, because there is competition in cooperation. People are in school here in Canada, study a lot. the prisoner dilemma, for example. And that's one way of working with law too. But I see what I like to see is people will overstate the differences.
Yeah.
And they will think that their own law is better.
Yeah. But that's not really the case.
Not really a case.
Depends on
when
the
you go
jurisdiction.
deeper for the thing, you're gonna see that okay, they can be as positivist as Hart and Kelsen. They're very different traditions, but they are both positivists that look in they can be compatible in many ways.
Okay.
So yeah, we live in the same planet in the end.
Okay. So civil law and common law, they might be different, but there are similarities in the law that you can point to at the end when you eventually go deeper.
I was convinced by the Quebecers about this.
Look, I can feel that. I can feel that.
Because they have the public law and common law. They have the private law and civil law. So
yes. You have to do both.
So, it is doable. Yes, it is. Okay, let's go.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you. I just have 2 more questions. I literally have like 10 minutes to class.
I'll try to behave.
Oh my God, Cristiano.
I'll try to behave. Law people who teach law.
And then, I know you're talking about.
We talk a lot.
Half the people who are watching don't even
love
know
the sound of our own
voices.
voices.
This is how you know he's a law professor. This is how you know.
I'm talking here. I'm so intelligent. Saying
You are.
those
You
things.
are. You are. Okay, 2 more questions for this video. So, what 2 sentences?
2 sentences.
Yes, 2 sentences.
Let's try.
So, number 1, being that you chose this GPLLM program and our cohort and whatnot, how has your experience been as a GPLLM candidate, number 1? Like, did you have any expectations and have they been met? And then I'll save the last question so that you don't... Remember, 2 sentences.
Okay, I won't give my whole... Well, I'll try to behave. Okay, I'll try to behave. We had some excellent professors.
Yeah.
Others could be better.
I agree.
And I've learned some very important things. I wish I had learned others, but conditions, either mine or collective ones, didn't help.
Yeah.
But for me, it was worth it also because because of people, right? Because that's another thing, experience. We got
experience. Okay, that's great. Thank you that's a short answer. Yay! Thank you.
I'm able to do it.
And then my last question for this video. I usually ask people like if they have questions for me, but I'm not going to ask you that in this video. We'll do another one.
Have another one.
No, another one. The last one is there are many people who are like mature foreign trained lawyers coming into Canada who might be in a similar position like yourself. Looking back at your journey so far, how colorful and eventful it has been, if you had to give them a piece of advice, what is something that you think that might have maybe helped your journey or something that people should be aware of? Just one advice for anyone who's watching that might have a similar experience to yours.
First thing about coming back to law school, even being a senior, let's say, student, it's worth it. Okay. We can always learn a lot, and our brains work anyway. What we might lack in energy, we will overcome with experience too. So I never regret going to a doctorate later than most students do, because I had a lot more experience to learn from. So it works in my favor many times, the experience. It doesn't, even if the energy levels are not the same. We have coffee.
You have coffee.
You have coffee.
I actually don't even drink coffee. I just survived. Maybe that's why I fell sick. I wasn't drinking coffee.
Maybe it's my secret, not so secret.
The secret superpower. Okay, well, thank you so much, Cristiano, for agreeing to sit down with us and share your eventful experiences with us. To everyone who has been watching, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. I'll answer them if I can, and if I can't, the law professor will answer them, and then I can let you all know. If you haven't done this before, please subscribe, like, share, turn on your notification bell so you get notified when I post my videos. Cristiano, tell them to subscribe.
Subscribe. Put a like there.
You like and all of that.
Share to your friends.
Yes, share to your friends.
If you didn't like it, share with your enemies.
Share with your enemies. Yes, I agree. Thank you so much, Cristiano. I'll catch you all in another video where Cristiano speaks about AI. Okay, bye. Bye, everyone. Bye.